A Clark County grand jury voted this week to indict 60-year-old Duane, Keffe D. Davis for the murder of rap icon Tupac Shakur 27 years ago, law enforcement officials said at a press conference on Friday. The announcement comes after the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department executed a search warrant at Davis's home in July and seized multiple tablets and computers, a cell phone, hard drives, photos, and more. Clark County Sheriff Kevin McMahill said that Davis was arrested on Friday morning and that the investigation was far from over, and that remarks that Davis made back in 2018 reinvigorated the investigation. Metro Lieutenant Johansson said that sheer persistence by the detectives in the case ultimately paid off and is what led to Davis's arrest. Prior to September 7, 1996, as we all know, Tupac Shakur was an artist who had signed with Death Row Records, and that Death Row Records and its CEO Marion, Suge Knight were closely affiliated with the mob Piru criminal street gangs and that they had an ongoing feud with the Southside Compton Crips, said Johansson. Duane Davis was the leader and shot caller of the Southside Compton Crips, and both of these gangs operated out of the Southern California area of Compton. Time equals 400 Ms. Greater than Shakur was shot 4 times on September 7, 1996, in Las Vegas after attending a Mike Tyson fight at the MGM Grand Garden Arena and died 6 days later. Members of the Southside Compton Crips, which included Duane Davis, along with his nephew Orlando Anderson, were also in attendance at the same event, he said. As both were leaving the fight, members of Death Row Records spotted Orlando Anderson near an elevator bay bank inside the MGM at the time they began to kick and punch him. Johansson showed security camera footage from the fight that showed Shakur and other members of Death Row Records attacking Anderson near the elevator. Time equals 400 Ms. Greater than. Click here to get the Daily Wire app. Little did anyone know that it is this incident right here that would ultimately lead to the retaliatory shooting and death of Tupac Shakur, Johansson said. Following this incident, Tupac and Suge Knight both left the MGM to make their way to a post-fight party, which was to occur at a local nightclub. At the same time, word had spread amongst members of the Southside Compton Crips of what had occurred inside the MGM, and then that's when Duane Davis began to devise a plan to obtain a firearm and retaliate against Suge Knight and Mr. Shakur for what occurred inside the hotel against Mr. Anderson. Time equals 400 Ms. Greater than. After Davis obtained a gun, he entered into a white Cadillac along with Terrence Brown, DeAndre Smith, and Orlando Anderson, he continued. At some point in time, as they are in the white Cadillac, Mr. Davis took the gun that he had obtained and provided it to the passengers in the rear seat of the vehicle. The 4 men located the black BMW that Knight and Shakur were driving in and pulled up alongside the vehicle and opened fire.